This young man hails from Summersville, South Carolina. Like I said, I go out to Summersville, South Carolina, and we'll work the business from sun up to sundown. We are winning the small towns, big towns. We will go anywhere and work the business. Tonight's working on 9 weeks. Okay, Miss Deborah, thank you. Also, his topic last week, I love the idea he talked about the Superman comic books with the grass seeds in the back. He was an entrepreneur way back in the day about, with the grass seeds in the back, and I loved how he talked. He said always think long term. And the reason why he was so successful in our previous network marketing business, because he thought long term. He understands the long term play. He also understands it takes time to build anything legitimate. It's going to take time. And I know some of you have been praying, win. Just keep going, keep building, keep putting it in. Without further ado, let's give a warm welcome to none other than the one and only from Summersville, South Carolina, Regional Director, Mr. Curtis Evans.
Hello, everybody. Well, we're real happy to be with you today. Hopefully I give you some information that can help you. I'm going to tell you what you signed up into when you got started with this business. Now, first of all, you've gotten into something called multi-level marketing. Okay, and it's a grand way to make a living. Mr. Thomas and thousands of other people have made a big dent on this planet because they started a multi-level marketing business. So don't let nobody talk you out of that. If they call it pyramid, I don't know. When I talk to people and they say something about pyramid, in the back of my mind, I always say the same thing I learned a long time ago. You go back to your pyramid and I'll go back to mine, okay? So I always say that you go back to your pyramid because like it or don't like it, they're in a pyramid, right? But you go back to yours where you have a get rich never program, and I'll go back to mine where I have a get rich one day program. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. And you got to have that, and Mr. Thomas calls it posture. You got to have a posture. You can't just say, oh, okay. No, you need to stand up for what you're doing because what you're doing makes sense. And you're going to make such a big difference in so many people's lives. You just can't let some free spirit to come through that don't know what you're talking about, But, I usually keep it to myself because you never know who they know and who they can get you in touch with one day. So that's how that works. Let's go ahead and get started here. I got a few notes, points I want to pass on to you, several sheets. So let's go to our first one here. This company, the reason we're so special is we have residual income. A lot of multi-level market, most multi-level companies do not have residual income. That means one day you can stop, but this one has a residual income. So what I want to do is move you back over here. When you first get started, as you all know, you start off as an IBO and quickly within the first hour and a half, 2 days, you want to get to CQ. That's simple. You sign 3 services that you have in your house, you have control over. You don't need any sales skills to sign yourself up, okay? So you're CQ. And then what you want to do over time is move to the right-hand side of this page. And I've elected to move to the right-hand side of this page right here. And I got dates on everything. So CQ, the next promotion is ETL. The next promotion is RC. I'm telling you what you already know, regional coordinator. RD is the regional director, okay? And then things start getting interesting right here at RVP, SVP, and SVPP. Okay, now that is our business plan, okay? As you move to the right-hand side of the page, you're gonna get increased CABs, customer acquisition bonuses. They're gonna move dramatically from $50 here at ETL, $150 at RC, $250 at RD, $350 here, $450 here, $400 here, and $450 here, okay? So you're gonna be making lots and lots of money for doing the very same things you're doing before. But to get to the residual income, you got to go through this process. You have to go through these promotions. Okay, now the thing about these promotions are something a little bit different. You're going to learn a lot about other people. You're going to learn a lot about other people, but mostly you're going to learn a lot about yourself. And for those people that are willing to make some changes, a few tweaks and turns and making themselves better, you're going to be able to get through this faster, okay? You're going to be able to get through this faster because this is a self-development program with a compensation plan attached, a self-development program with a compensation plan attached. Now, notice again, the blue here It says increase cabs. Remember I talked about the cabs of $50 all the way down to $450 over here. The cabs increase as you go here. So you got to get through the cabs. Look here, you got to get through the cabs first. Cabs is customer acquisition bonuses. And look at the bottom there in orange. See in orange? As you move through the cabs, you're going to start noticing that your residual income is getting crazy. I'm not going to go over the numbers today, but as you get to increase residual income, everyone has residual income, a CQ or ETL, everybody has residual income. So I'll be in an earn position. So as you go CQ on the left-hand side, you work all the way to the right-hand side. Remember, I showed you that. And in order to get to residual income, that's what we come in this business for, to earn residual income. But you cannot earn residual income unless you go through the cabs. And that's why Mr. Thomas is constantly getting everybody to get promoted, get yourself promoted. You can't get the residual income that you want until you get through the cabs. Now, as a CQ, you have 3 customers, you got some residual already started, you got three services in. As an ETL, you have got 30 services in, so you got more residual income. When you get to RC, more residual income because you and your team have 200 points. But you see the blue here, the cabs are increasing. You're getting bonuses from $50 all the way to $450 going through that area. Now that's big important. You got to work through those bonuses because as you look down the last orange bar at the bottom, it says increased residual income. So as you move through this cab thing, and the process here is a process that the co-founders came up with, and it's called you are getting customers that you could not get any other way. Because see, if you sign me up into the business, anybody on this call sign me up into the business, I will bring 10, 15, 20, 30, 100 customers that you don't know. I will bring those to the party. So you're going to get paid residual on the customers that you don't know. Okay? So that's a magic of getting through this cab system. Now, because I got so many customers, you got promoted and your bonuses are going to go higher. But one of the people that I signed up was Mr. Al Thomas. And he's going to bring you thousands upon thousands upon thousands of customers that you don't know. That's the magic of the bonus system. The bonuses, the cabs are customer acquisition bonuses. They are designed for you to pick up IBOs who bring on customers that you don't know. That's the system. The system is for you to sign up IBOs who will sign up customers that you don't know. And then those IBOs will get more customers that you don't know. And over time, going through this cab system that I have up top, you're going to see increased residual incomes. And see the bottom here, the orange, it says increased residual incomes. It's going to get more and more and more better. It's going to get more better, as they said. So that's our compensation plan. Now, I want you to look at the residuals, and I want you to go out there and get customers because we get paid for those every day. We get paid from them all the time. You've got to have more and more customers. But remember, your job is to grow an organization. That's your job. Your job is to grow an organization. And your job is to find the system will find leaders. Because I came into business, I wasn't a leader. So when I came into the system, I was a leader, but I knew Mr. Thomas, and Mr. Thomas was a leader. So on your second level, you have a leader. So the system will find you leaders. You may not personally know a personal leader. You may not have a big money earner that you personally sign up, but the system will help find that person for you. And when that happens, you're going to start seeing your residual checks start to explode, okay? As long as you qualify for the money there. All right, so I hope everybody understands that. Now, I'm sure I'm speaking to the choir here because everybody on this call understands the comp plan, okay? But we got to first understand that. But the thing about this top part up here, you can't get through it unless you're growing. It's a self-development program. You probably didn't come in the world with the skills you needed to do this or to become a CEO of some company or run something big. You probably didn't have it because it takes a lot of work, and the work is on you. It's a little less on the people you're talking to and a little bit more on you getting skills and talents so that you can be able to get through this. So we're going to talk about that just for a minute. And I got a couple of videos that may help you with that. Okay. And just know that God put you here. You have the tools that you need to do well. Okay. You automatically have the tools that you need to do well.
What I tell people is just be the best version of yourself in anything that you do. You don't have to live anybody else's story. Sometimes people make it seem like you have to have certain prerequisites or a crazy life story in order to be successful in this world. But the truth is you really don't. It doesn't matter where you come from, what you have or don't have, what you lack, what you have too much of, but all you need to have is faith in God, an undying passion for what you do or what you choose to do in this life, and a relentless drive and the will to do whatever it takes to be successful and whatever you put your mind to. Make sure you live in the moment and work your butt off every single day. And I hope I inspire people all around the world to just be themselves, be humble, and be grateful for all the blessings in your life.
As you have all that you need, everything's already there. Okay, you have it all. Okay, and so trying to be somebody else is going to be difficult. You probably can't pull it off. If you've been on the planet a number of years, you haven't been nobody else. You're probably who you are, which is fine. But you're going to constantly get better and better and better. And let's talk about the things you want to get better at. You want to get better at, he said work, and everybody gets confused because what we do is so crazy. I love what Jordan Adler said yesterday. He when he was talking about some of the tools we got and all that. Years ago, and Mr. Thomas knows this, we would count, in order to get to the top of the comp plan, it would take 50,000 miles. You would tear up a car getting to the top of the comp plan. You could not do what we're doing right here. You would tear up a couple of cars. Mr. Thomas used to talk about coming down to South Carolina, me driving all over in my Prius. Okay, that's what we did. That's what all of us did. We were all over the place. We were driving. You guys have no idea that when you get up from work this afternoon, you would get in your car with your TV or your VCR or whatever you had, and you were driving somewhere to some city, some town to show the plan to somebody. You had a board in the back of the car. That's what we did back in the day. But it forced us to get better and better and better and better. We were determined, we were locked in. We didn't come to a screen and sit down and look at a person tell us something. We had to go. And we had to become the leader, because the leaders that were in the business would train us and they'd kick us out. They'd kick us out the nest, and we were gone. So what I want you to understand is the dribbling, the shooting, the passing, all the special stuff you saw Steph Curry do at the Olympics came from thousands upon thousands of hours. 500 shots a day. 500 shots a day. What do we shoot at? We don't shoot at anything. We practice peaking people. We practice getting to know people. We practice listening to people. We practice finding out what to say to them. We practice sending them a presentation. We practice follow-up. Those are the things, that's the goals, that's the baskets, that's what we do. We got to get good at those skills. Now, we don't have to put the 50,000 on our car no more, but we're going to have to do a lot of presentations, okay? So I just want you to really understand that. But there are some natural things that you probably were taught in the past that can hold you up. And I'm going to show you, you're going to have to fight the old you. And I'm fighting the old me all the time. We got to fight the old me, because the old me was trained to do something a little bit different than what we need to do in this endeavor that will pay us more money than makes sense. So let's go ahead.
Black people need to stop being single generation consumers. Yes, I said it. And you've probably heard the saying, give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Teach a man how to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. That's a great statement, but I want to change it a little bit. How about this? Give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. That's a handout. Teach a man how to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. That's a good job. But help a man to buy his own fishing pond and you will feed him and his family for generations to come. You see, that's the power of business ownership. Jobs and paychecks can't be passed down, but businesses and assets can.
Right, so there you go. So now what he's basically saying is something that Mr. Thomas has been telling us about for a long, long time. You need to have a business. You cannot do well in this world without a business. You cannot pass on. If you want to pass on anything to your kids or grandkids or anyone, you can't pass it on, because it's a job. When you leave that job, they'll give you the check in the hole. That's it. They might give you some money out of your 401k. That's it. It's gone. Done. Thank you for your 30 or 40 years. But if you have a business, you're in something. So we are showing other people how to do that. We're talking to them. We're peeking them. I got something I need to show you. I love what Jordan said yesterday. I got something I need to show you. You know, like he said with the TV, I got something I need to show you. And they'll say, "What is it?" And then you show it to them. You send it to them. But that's our job. Our job is to share an opportunity with other people who really right now think they're doing okay. I'm old enough to remember when people used to say they were copacetic. Now I still to this day don't know what that meant, but people were using the word, they were copacetic. They were, everything's good. Now I think they say I'm good. You know, one check in the hole. Now they don't even have that. We don't have a check in the hole anymore. Most people get paid what they did that week. If they work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it's automatically deposited in a check. They don't have a check in the hole. And so those are just a few of the things. Now, what causes us to get off track, and this is my last video.
If you want to get rich, or if you want to get free, the path is the same. Stop consuming today. All the losers in the world are consumers. All the billionaires in the world are producers. All the free people have stopped consuming. Consumers watch movies. Producers read books. Consumers buy stuff that loses value over time. Producers buy stuff that gains value over time. Consumers always have the newest things. Producers always have the oldest things. Discipline, persistence, patience. Never be a consumer. Be honorable.
But that's something that I want you to just understand, is that sometimes, you know, and Jimmy told us this years ago, and this guy talked about consumers, Jimmy Dick, and he told me something that he said, this, I want everybody to understand this. Sometimes you show the plan and people will tell you something like, I need to think about this. I really need to think about this. And Jimmy would tell them, and he said, it's a little bit brash here. So sometimes you got to be careful who you say what to, you know, you might have to duck it real quick, you know, but he would say, you want to go home and think about it. Okay. He said, your best thinking got you in the mess you're in now. Now think about that. Your best thinking got you in the mess you're in now. You bought the wrong car. You bought the wrong house. You married the wrong dude. You married the wrong girl. You bought the wrong this. You bought the wrong, and remember now, you went home and thought about it. And after you thought about it, that's what you did. So now I'm showing you a way so you can grow a big business, get paid on stuff that people use every day. And you need to go home and think about it. People are going to pay these bills anyway. So he would say, your best thinking got you in the mess you're in now.
Your best thinking's got you into the mess you're in now. Woo, that was a good one, Miss Walker. Man, I love the video of Steph Curry. That was powerful. But that last video he just played, man, that blessed my socks off. I'm going to have to get a copy of that. That was very powerful. And listen to it a couple times throughout the day. You know, sometimes you guys get these videos. It'd be kind of a little bit of a great idea to listen to them a couple times throughout the day just to receive the blessing that you get by listening to it. That was very powerful. Oh.